COVID-19 first emerged as a health crisis, but now has further escalated into an economic, political, and humanitarian crisis. Since the pandemic started, millions of lives have been lost. Many people have also lost jobs, incomes, and their livelihood. The situation has not improved remarkably yet. With poor health systems, limited social protection provision and coverage, and high dependency on aid, privatization of healthcare, African states have been worst hit. The COVID-19 crisis has led to high levels on unemployment, poorer work, and working conditions. It has also pushed many people, especially the youth, into informal job markets. In Africa, these have dire implications for the current generation who struggle to make a decent living. Some workers have had to provide themselves with personal protection equipment, PPE. The pandemic has aggravated the prevalence of unsafe workplaces. It has deepened precarious conditions for organizing and recruitment of workers, especially young and new entrants into the labor market. This situation is worse in the informal economy. Majority of workers, especially in the informal economy, have no legal and physical protection. This is especially true with absence of workplace policies protecting workers' rights in times of pandemics like COVID-19. It is now imperative for trade unions and workers' organizations to deepen their resolve towards promoting safe and healthy workplaces and societies at large. Workers must call on the tripartite body of International Labour Organization to adopt occupational safety and health (OSH) as a fundamental right at work. Trade unions must call on the African Union and all stakeholders to support existing efforts of OSH Africa on the pursuance of a regional protocol on occupational safety and health. The unions must call on governments to accelerate the ratification, domestication, and implementation of the relevant OSH conventions in Africa. Trade unions should engage and encourage their governments to adopt disaster risk management strategies and plans to better prepare for future disasters and pandemics. Trade unions must engage employers to provide the necessary safety equipment for workers, allow for the establishment of an inclusive OHS committees, and take up compensation of workers in the event of workplace injuries or fatalities. More importantly, workers must protect themselves from hazardous conditions and keep the workplace safe and healthy for all. ITUC Africa and its affiliates encourage all workers and members of their families to be vaccinated. This can be achieved through different strategies like training and education to sensitize the general public and counter misinformation and disinformation, increasing policy advocacy for access to vaccines for all, and campaigning against the nationalistic approach in dealing with the pandemic. Let us make our workplace safe, secure, and healthy.